Hi everybody, and hope that you're having a great Monday. This is Mr. Walter with Mr. Walter Around the World, and today I have a great story for you. We are going to be moving right through this great area, which is Madagascar, and we have just a picture in front of you, which is Madagascar's authentic island. So this was a show that I wanted to do just way before because I wanted to make sure that we got a chance to see Madagascar and actually kind of walk around since it's such a great fun movie and also some of the great authentic places here. So we are pretty much all set. I want to remind everybody that we have our 24-hour cardboard challenge that's coming up. So make sure that you save up your cardboard and start making those creations because we are going to be having a lot of fun showing the cardboard creations around the world, and that should be starting on Wednesday, and we're going to be having all sorts of fun with different New Minds inspirators showing what they have done and also live creations. So from just a little piece of cardboard and a little piece of imagination, we'll be able to create these great things. So thank you for joining me. The chat is open for anybody who wants to join in and have some fun and just kind of chat along. So thank you for watching, and let's get started. We are going on our way to Madagascar. So it's a little island, and I'll show you where that is. So as we kind of move and take a quick look, and you will see right away. This is where we're going to be traveling today. And let me take some of these images as well. Let's see that. There we go. Perfect. So we are going to be traveling all around. The Madagascar is an island right off the coast of the African continent. So let's kind of look around our globe and see where we are and what this is going to be all about. So here it is. Here's Madagascar. And here's the African continent, and we've gone to places like South Africa, we've gone to places like Mozambique, we've gone to Malawi as well, we've gone to Tanzania and Zambia. So you know these are places right here where some of the movies, some Marvel movies were filmed. For example, Black Panther was filmed in some of the locations in Zambia. We've gone to Angola. We have gone all the way through this area, Cameroon, Nigeria. We have a Niger as well. We have gone to the Sudan. And I think we have also gone to Liberia. I don't think we've gone to any of the smaller ones, maybe Guinea. And I think we've gone. But we've actually definitely been to Algeria. We've gone to Morocco, looking at some of those great colorful places. We've been to Egypt quite a few times. We've gone to see the pyramids and the Nile. We've gone to Jordan and Israel as well. We've gone to Saudi Arabia a few times and the United Arab Emirates. So these are places that we've gone before, and actually we made a few other great we actually saw some of the great buildings that were there. We have gone to Turkey. We spent a full episode on Greece. We've actually gone to Italy as well and traveled almost up and down Italy. We've gone to Spain and Portugal. We've gone to France. We've gone a few places in Germany. We haven't really gone that quite. We have also gone to Georgia. Here it is. So we've gone as well. And then right up here, we have gone to, let's say we have gone to United Kingdom. We've gone to Iceland. We've gone to Sweden. But I don't think we've gone to many of the other places like Norway and Finland. We haven't gone. So, you know, there's still great places and great areas. We're going to get a chance we'll get a chance to do, and we'll get a chance to go. So we'll kind of move along and just see these. So from this side of the world, we have gone to India several times. We have gone to Mongolia. We've gone to China several times. I think we've gone to Malaysia and Singapore, so those are two places that we have gone. We have also gone to the Philippines. We have gone to Japan a few times right here. And we've gone to Australia, so we've gone to Australia several times in all these places. And as we cross the Pacific Ocean, I figure out where else have we gone. We've gone deep in the Pacific Ocean as well. And I think we've gone to Hawaii, which should be popping up somewhere here. We've gone places in the United States, and specifically since we are right here in Dallas, Texas. We've gone to Canada, and we've actually taken a closer look here in right between the Great Lakes, and we've gone to several places. So that was a lot of fun as well as we've gone to places right in the border of United States and Canada. We have gone to the Dominican Republic and Puerto Rico. We've gone to a few places in Central America, not many. We've definitely gone to Costa Rica, and we get a chance to see the Panama Canal as well a few times. We haven't gone to the Easter Island yet, but we will. We have gone to Peru, we have gone to Brazil, we have gone to Colombia, and we've also gone all the way down. We've gone to Chile, Argentina. We haven't gone to some of the other places, but there's still plenty to explore within this whole world. And as we cross right back up, let's see what else. Yeah, we're back in Europe. And as we go back in Europe and we go to the African continent, we are going to go today to the island right off Mozambique, which is Madagascar. So a fun place. We're going to be moving from different places, from the sacred forest to a colorful capital, and so we can take the peak of Madagascar's most notable destinations. So we'll go several places, and you can see definitely how some of the movies, the Disney movie Madagascar, was also influenced by some of the ecology and the landscape, which was also a lot of fun. So thank you for watching. This is Mr. Walter Around the World, and we're going to actually start diving in, and we're going to go to our first place. So the first place that we're going to go is our Andranomena Reserve. So Andranomena Reserve here in Madagascar. So as we're just going to fly in, and we'll take a quick look here at the reserve, which is primarily composed of what these trees, very, very iconic. These are like this round, huge base that it just grows, and then it has the peak. So this is some of the reserve that you see, and you can definitely remember some of the animals that were in that movie, and also have that background. So it is composed of deciduous dry forest, and it's notably the Baobab trees, as you see in these coming up, and we can see some of them right there. The Avenue of the Baobabs, which is the one that we see right now, it stretches for all the trees for 10 kilometers away from the reserve. So the majority of the flora and the fauna around here has several species of rare and endangered creatures, and also as well as some of the very interesting dry kind of atmosphere that it has. There's 4 seasons. There's lakes that dry up during the dry season, and then they come back to life in the rainy season. So it's really interesting. So one of the things that I found is just actually looking at these trees, right? It's not really the same way that we would look here in North America, and not typically the way that we see them. They're just gonna grow straight up and then just poke all the rest of the branches away from up top. And as you notice, the trees start to grow, and as they grow, and they stop growing. So they grow, and then they have the trees, and then they keep growing in that just kind of a very vertical, very almost cactus-like form right through this whole area. See if we can see another one. Classic trees, classic baobab trees here in Madagascar. So it's our first stop on this great island, and you can see there's some palm trees in the back, but one of the notable areas right here, which is the Andranomena Reserve here in Madagascar, which is primarily the area for endangered species, but as well as what is called the the Baobab Avenue, which has all these several different trees kind of moving along. So really interesting and really a great way to actually just kind of coming in and having lots of fun as we come back. So let's go and kind of move right back out. So as you can see, it's an island, and here's Madagascar, and we're just right here on the first step, which is the reserve. We're going to move along and then just kind of trek through the rest of the the areas. So the next one is going to Toliara. So Toliara is formerly known as Tulir, is a port city of St. Augustine's Bay, and is the southernmost point region of Madagascar. So this is like a port city, and we'll be able to kind of just pan around. And it has all the import and export hub of all the agricultural and marine products. So it's a key point of interest to the University of Toliara. It has a museum, and it has lively market, and as you can see, all the trees that have been planted. So you can see definitely this full tropical area as we take a picture of all the colorful market, as you can see right here. All the colorful market, everybody kind of moving around, and in this very tropical island location. So there are many trees have been planted right throughout the city, so they offer natural shade. And here we can have, one of the main churches here at Toliara's, which is for the port city on St. Augustine's Bay, is the southernmost point of this area in Madagascar. So a great way to see how some other people live and how they actually look, and how the streets look and how the places look in this very tropical place. And you can see some of the palm trees that have been planted right outside of the church and how they grow. So very interesting as we take a quick look right here at the market area and street level at the port city of St. Augustine's Bay, Toliara. Right, so let's kind of move out again and see where we are in the world. So we are right here. We're looking at Madagascar, just kind of taking homage to the movie that we saw so many years ago, and it's a lot of fun. And it's really a contrast because we always see the penguins of Madagascar coming in and kind of have the crate, so it kind of makes that contrast of some of the animals that came from to the zoo, and then other ones from the penguins. But this is a place where they wanted to go back, and their hometown Madagascar, right off the coast of the African continent. So let's keep moving and see where we're going to head next. So as we head next, we were in Toliara, which is the southernmost point here right in the bay. And let's go to the sacred forest of Saronoro, right in the valley. So let's go to the sacred forest of Saronoro, and you'll see, which is really interesting, this forest is right at the foothills of the Angelita National Park. It is a southern part of Madagascar. It's sacred to local communities because of the legends of the huge rocks and this established monolith that are here. There's a natural swimming pool nearby, and visitors will likely post some of the spot lemurs as they kind of pop their heads back and forth, and they visit the almost 15 species of these lemurs all around the place. So these are remember the ring-tailed lemurs. So it's really interesting because this is their natural habitat. And you can see as we kind of slowly start panning all the way across, you can see not only the full savanna and the high mountains, but you can definitely see how this could be a natural habitat of all these areas. So very, very interesting, how that kind of moves along. So very, very interesting as we kind of come up and look at the photosphere here and looking at the Saranoro Valley and the Sacred Forest. So let's take a quick look around and we will see right there a very, very interesting place. As we go right there, and you see how this high mountains right here and all the high monolithic areas right in front as well. So very, very interesting how this whole area is done. All right, so as we kind of move away from where we are, let me just take a step back and we can see some of these great places here in the Sacred Forest. We'll go back to Madagascar and we'll see where we are. So we are right here looking at the island, and we are going to just, I'm kind of choosing where to go so that we can take a few looks of different areas, and then we'll come right back and go. But one of the things that is really, as you would imagine, is just the coastal areas. So let's go to Nosy Lava, and then from then on let's go to Nosy Makili. So that way we take a look at the beach, which is so pretty. So as you know, we go and cross right over. These two places are little islands that make up the Barren Isle Archipelago. So you see that Nosy Lava, meaning Long Island, is the largest of the 9. It is this is a panoramic view of this little island right off the coast of Madagascar, and you see how there's dozens of the traditional fishermen, and you see how all these you take a full view of the beach as when during peak season, fishing season, this is one of the places where a lot of the local fishermen gather. You have all the fish markets, as well as there's other islands, as well as a tourist destination. So look how pretty it is, and just right off the coast, the full coast right here. As we move across, and we take a look at Nosy Lava, and you see that right against the camera, there's a little fisherman boat, and you see way across just the full area of this, one of the largest islands, of the Barren Isles Archipelago, is it's meaning Long Island. So let's pan out from where we are. We are right there. So it's that small island, and you can see here's Madagascar, and this is the island that we were. So it's Nosy Lava, and we're going to go to the next one, which is the other island right next door. So we go to Nosy Makili, which is right also across in the bay, and as we fly out, you'll see that there's a smaller islands right at the side, but what a great place, to look over and see the water and see the beach as we pan around also and take a quick look. And you see how the locals have that traditional boat all set with the side mound, and that way it keeps it level. So you see that the keel is right there, as well as taking pictures from all around this great area. And look how transparent and warm the water looks. So Nosy Makili is one of the main islands as well. It's located 40 kilometers from the west coast of Madagascar, and the archipelago is notable for being a refuge for marine life, for diverse ecosystems, and just country's healthiest coral reefs, which we have gone before. It's actually right off the coast. So as we take a quick look and panning right over the water here in Madagascar, 40 kilometers away from the mainland, you see the local fishermen. As we look over to the right hand side and see the white sandy beaches and the full color of the water just going straight down. So what a great, beautiful place. You see all the rest of the local fishermen boats right alongside. as they kind of just smile for the camera, and you see how they have the boat, which is carved out of the main trees, and then set with paddles, and as well as the keel right to the left hand side, so it's stable. So an interesting way as we keep looking here in Madagascar, and one of the places, two of the islands right off the coast. All right, so as we kind of keep looking, we're still looking here in Madagascar, and we'll kind of move, and I'm going to choose some of the places which I thought were really interesting when I was looking through. So let's go to the San Briano Bridge, and from there we'll take a quick look at the other side of the island and some of the main attractions as well. So just like a little simple structured bridge as it starts connecting one area to another. But one of the things that I wanted to show you is just how the structures, even across the world, start looking pretty much the same. They have that triangular shape that kind of makes it very stable. And you can see the canal that overflows sometimes in the rainy season, and then it dries up. So this is one of the simpler bridge over the Sabriano River, and can be traversed by foot or by car. And you can see that it's one of the scenic places, as they set up these makeshift locations right here. They're actually fixing the bridge as we look at them, but you can see how this would be a place where not only people can walk but also take some pictures as they come across the bay. So this is the southern part of Madagascar, and the heart of the San Briano region. There's a rainfall that makes us prime for farming and livelihood. So as this full river kind of flows into the wetland, it's just great for farming. And they use crops like cocoa, coffee, and rice. So it's a great place, and you can see how the structure is also in that triangle shape, which is one of the most resistant as it goes all the way across from one edge of the city or one edge of the region to another. All right, so as we kind of keep on looking through all these places in here in Madagascar, I'm just going to check a quick other places that we can go. Let's go to Saint Agustin, or actually let's go to the Belo-sur-Mer. So Belo-sur-Mer is 80 kilometers from the area here in the Morondavan region. It's another beach town and a bit of beach area. So it's a fisherman village, and it's just great with kilometer-long white sand beaches and clear, transparent water. So this is even though as you know, bathing in these waters can be dangerous, and the reason it could be is because you see how the rifts of water come in. It seems that there's land right there, but you see how these rifts start to come in. So some of them can be pretty deep, and the current right in front will be very, very strong. So it seems that it just seems that time has just stood still, because they've been doing it for centuries. Traditional techniques by the locals, still propelled by different paddles, wind blowing through sails. So definitely a place to go, see reef shark, turtles, stingrays, and more things that we've covered before. But I think it's interesting to see the places. So another great look at the beach town here at the area in Madagascar. So Belo-sur-Mer, it has just the overall, and you can see again how they keep on building the ships. Not only have that full body of the ship, and they kind of hollow out the trees, but also have the side paddle, as you can see, just to make it all stable. So if you see right over there, here's one of the side of the keel that makes the boat stable, and then as the waves move back and forth, this side of the boat kind of goes up and down, and just makes it even more stable as it goes right through the water. So a great place here in Madagascar. All right. So we'll go to another one now. We'll go inland. We've gone to two of the port cities just to look over the water and look at the beaches. And now, so let's go now to Antananarivo, which is the one of the places here that is the capital city of Madagascar, is the country's political and economic center. It spans over two hillsides, but one of the interesting things is just how it stands in the 19th century Rova Palace complex. So the Rova Palace complex is a prominent building right on the edge here on Antananarivo, and also it is a colorful area because it just has that colonial style and historic sites that we saw and we see from the 19th century. So you can see how incredible, right in that small island, you have this great palace or this great monument that has 3 stories high, and you can definitely see that this is from the colonial eras of Europe and Spain as that influence, and we can still see the archways right across. As it was built with that same ideals and with that same kind of architectural design. So let's kind of turn around and just look over and see some other of the influences of architecture. This is actually the plaza, but again, you can see some of the archways and entryways. All the archways and entryways. So really interesting how this kind of looks, and you can see that it's right against the water, and even as you look against the water, the palace, and looks over, you see the full city. So Antananarivo. So this city of Antananarivo, you can see how it spreads right across here in Madagascar as we take the vantage point of the high area and just overlooking the sea, overlooking the full area of the capital. And look at how right at the edge, you see how the storm clouds is actually raining as we take a full look at this whole area. All right, let's go to a few other places before we get, but before I do that, let me make some announcements. So remember that we are actually started already with the Masters of the Dungeonverse online. So as Mr. Adam has mentioned before, we do a lot of role-playing games and games online. And now that we're all at home, we want to invite you guys to come on in, take some time off and kind of have some games with us. So we are playing Star Wars role-playing game. We're playing Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays. And here are some of the times that we are actually playing. So these role-playing games are just great social experiences. You get to be some of these characters, like the scoundrels and very typical characters from that universe. And we teach you the game, we provide all the materials, as well as a totally online program. So come on in, you're invited to look into Masters of the Dungeonverse, the Star Wars role-playing game. I'll be giving a few other classes and a few other games as we're going to be doing through the week. So I hope that you come in and you sign up and have lots of fun with the Star Wars role-playing game using here at New Minds and Masters of the Dungeonverse. So as we come on again, I want to let you know that we have our cardboard challenge, our 24-hour cardboard challenge for Earth Day that's coming up on Wednesday. So make sure that you save your cardboard and start making those creations. It's going to be a lot of fun as we start creating all sorts of stuff. I do have already a lot of stuff created right behind me. So make sure that you take some time, create some of them and share it with us. So we would love to see your creations, and we're going to have from all places in the world, we're going to have these cardboard challenges that's going to keep adding to our cardboard challenge around the world. So 24 hours of creating and sharing all these great stuff as we celebrate Earth Day this coming up Wednesday. So make sure you stay tuned for that and start getting everything ready and show us. It's going to be lots of fun. So as we're going to keep on moving now here in Madagascar, let's kind of look over. And so we went to Baobab, we've gone to Antananarivo, which is the capital. We've gone to the sacred forest. We've gone to the Manor Reserve, which has those great trees and how they look. So, and we actually gone to Toliara as well, which is at the southernmost point here at the Bay of San Agustin, and it has, you know, that kind of market and very, very import and export location. So let's see if we can go to the other side and see some of the others. So let's go to San Bernardino Valley, and we'll be able to take a quick look at some of the wetlands as well that we were talking, where they, you know, where locally the growth of coffee, chocolate, rice, and this is kind of like the river. The hot, humid climate here has just becomes very fertile soil. So there's all sorts of crops that flourish in this area. So notably, so there's a high quality cocoa or cacao, which is referred to by the locals as the green gold. There's three varieties of cocoa grow alongside the bank of the rivers, and the unique climate and soil make it just such a great, thick chocolate that is one of the best exports that go here from Madagascar. So chocolate makers around the world import these beans, and then they make it, and that's, you know, if you love chocolate, you know, this is the place. And right at the edge of the water in the San Bernardino Bay, you see all the, you can definitely see how all the crops and cocoa can grow all around the hills. So it makes it a great, the soil and the water make for just great quality cocoa. So an incredible piece of tidbit. So if you're looking for great chocolate, Madagascar is definitely your place. So as we take another look here at the river, let's go right back out. And where we are, so today we're actually walking around Madagascar, a place that I wanted to go from a long time. As every time that we go through Africa, I look at Madagascar and said, oh, we gotta go because it's just such a great fun movie. Now that we get a chance, we've gone to several places. We've gone to the Manor Reserve, which we saw some of the high trees. We went to Toliara, which is the port city. We've gone to some of the smaller islands to actually look at that just crystal clear water and all the fishing ports right there. We've gone to Antananarivo, which is the capital, and some of the influence of the Spanish and European influences to build these type of buildings. We've also gone all the way to the San Bernardino Valley, which is the growth of rice, cocoa, and all these places. We've seen some of these places as well, how they're connected by structures, like in just like the same way that we see some other places, like with bridges, but this one's using kind of a triangle format. So we've gone to several places. Let's go to one more or two more. Let's go to San Agustin, and you know, it's just one of very interesting locations right in the center of Madagascar. So this is San Agustin. Is a very picturesque village near the South Olnary River. It's made St. Augustine sought out most pirates and spice and slave traders. So this is a place where all that great history of traders and pirates and spice trading as well. Home of the flamingos, which can be found near the mangrove swamp. So just an incredible place. And let's see if we can take a quick look as we see the full valley right across and right at the water right there. And you can see that, this is, so the reason why this is such an important place, and maybe let me kind of move out a little bit, is you can see the access, right? Let's see all the way across. So the reason why this is such an interesting place for pirates and also an interesting place for spice trading as well is because you can see how this kind of snake-like, the river will go all the way here, some of the wetlands, and you go all the way to the valley and the high grounds. And so you can get really deep inland using this specific river like a hideaway. So here in St. Agustin, a strategic location with picturesque just villages near the St. Augustine that were set out by pirates and spice and all sorts of traders as they used the river to get all the way inland from the port. So not only there was an open port already, but as they would come in, and this is dry season, so you can see how dry the river is, they will come in and then just gonna go all into the valley with great ease because of the river. So definitely a place which has some interesting history. All right, imagine that we're still only halfway there from all the places that we have gone here in Madagascar. So we're gonna go to one more, and then we'll kind of make some additional announcements for today. So we go to Ambiki. So Ambiki is just another small coastal village right on the side of Ambanja Bay, where the majority of the population's market lives from farming and from raising livestock and right on the water. So one of the really interesting points is the Blue Ventures and Marine Conservancy organization. They come here, right? They've been working closely for several years, supporting local communities, as well as conserving the mangrove, the seagrass, the coastal wetlands, and just conserving the habitat. So one of the most interesting points about this whole is just that how can it keep being sustainable? So this is a great point in terms of for Earth Day, right? We'll see a full community that lives within its environment, that is sustainable, and also all sorts of researchers come to help the Ambiki community to make sure that they keep on living in that peaceful, in that balance with nature, as they support local communities with conservation, seagrass, coastal wetlands, and just education as well. As you can see, how just a full village, just a full village has been completely done right through. See how the structures as well. It has all the full structures and the palm trees living right against the water, and look at all the local fishermen, as well as you can see the boats with the same structure style. So very interesting and very a great example here for Earth Day that is coming up on how things are working together with the environment. All right, so we are here in Madagascar, just looking at small villages, looking at the beach, looking at some of those places, and as we kind of move away and see where Madagascar is on the other side of the world, we are here in Dallas, Texas. Here we are, and we have actually gone, let's say, all the way past the Pacific Ocean. We've gone close past all of Asia and gone right off the coast of the African continent, right at the edge, and we're looking at Madagascar, which was a fun movie and also a great place. So decided, hey, let's kind of take a quick look and see all the places that we can go in Madagascar, and take a closer look at that great island that was made so popular by the Disney and Pixar movie not so many years ago. So if you haven't seen that movie, watch it again, and you can say, hey, look, there's some of the trees. So as we come right back, let me show you again some of the baobab trees that were so classic in that movie, and now you can see them live again here in Madagascar as we kind of take a quick look at the Andromeda Reserve, and you can definitely see that some of the animals that were right coming from there, and they were supposed to go and kind of land here in Madagascar, landed somewhere else in a zoo. But you can see how interesting how it looks, especially that full horizon of trees that go straight up and they just branch out right on top. So classic place here in the reserve as we look at the avenue of the baobab trees. Just a great place here in Madagascar. All right. So as we kind of look and take a quick last time, thank you for joining me here in Mr. Walter Around the World. Make sure that you join our 24-hour cardboard challenge that's coming up on Earth Day. And right beside right now, we're coming up, we'll have with New Minds TV, we'll have at 3 o'clock the steam train, which is coming with Mr. Dorian. 4 o'clock we'll have from the New Me Vault, which will provide Mr. Ben classic puzzles and brain twisters as well. And finally at 5 o'clock we'll have with Mr. Justin closing messages and announcements on what kind of programming we're doing, how we are adapting, and how we're just getting in this new normal, and just we are traveling around the world, and other programs are so much fun. So make sure you check them out. I'm Mr. Walter here, and I have a session of Exploring the Globe, interactive segment, geography, language, music, and some other elements that we're going to keep adding on everyday inspired learning. So thank you for tuning in and Real Inspired Learning for all. Remember to always pursue your passion until it becomes your talent. This is Mr. Walter. Stay tuned for the rest of the programs that we have in STEAM, for STEAM Learning here in New Minds TV, and the STEAM train that's coming up in just a few more minutes with Mr. Dorian. Have a great rest of the afternoon and keep safe.